Committee at 5:02 p.m. The chair and the vice chair are not in attendance, so I'll be running the meeting tonight. Okay, so let me just get, so I don't have the agenda up. Actually, I don't, mine's not, mine's syncing. So the first thing on the agenda is a roll call.
Hang on, I'll pull it up.
Yeah, that'd be great.
So you called the meeting to order. The next thing you want to ask is proof of notification.
Proof of notification. Okay, so that would be from you. There it is, notified properly. Okay. And then we need the approval of the agenda. So I'm looking for a motion for that.
I'll make that motion.
Motion by McKee, second by Gary. All right. So we have an agenda, looking for approval from the minutes from the February 26th meeting. Everybody get a chance to look at those minutes? Do we usually do a motion or do we just approve them as we do a motion?
It'd be best to do a motion.
Yeah, sometimes they do it where they, if there's no objections and it's been posted properly, but I guess we'll do a motion. Somebody like to make a motion to approve those minutes?
I wasn't here. so-
I make a
Okay.
motion to approve
You'll make a
the
motion?
minutes.
By Sandy, second,
I will, yeah.
by Gary. All right, all those in favor? Aye. Guess I forgot to do that for the agenda. Probably should go back and do that just to make it official. As for the agenda, we had a motion and a second, but we didn't actually do the vote. So if we can have the vote for the approval of the agenda, all those in favor? Aye. Anybody opposed? Okay, so public comment.
I have a public comment. I'm Christopher from Southwest Wisconsin Polars. And I just wanted to get in the minutes that Southwest Polars is disappointed that we're not coming back to the fair this year for the first time in many years. That it looks like as of at the moment from the last agenda that, or last minutes, that there won't be a tractor pull at the fair, which is disappointing to me, disappointing to our organization, disappointing to a lot of people in Richland County that there won't be a fair tractor pull this year. I do know there's other tractor pulls at the fairgrounds this year, but those tractor pulls don't necessarily give a chance for the local farm pullers that you would say a chance to compete at. So there'll be several people that won't get a chance to compete this year at the fair that they do for many years. And the other part was I got a message from a member of the community that said I didn't present any information to the fair committee or a contract, and wondered and thought that that was why that the tractor pull club wasn't competing at the fair. So just as I showed them in the last minutes, I did present the contract. It just wasn't approved, or wasn't presented and approved at last month's meetings that it shows in the minutes. So just wanted to say that. And I've been at, I believe I'm one of the only forms of entertainment that attends the meetings and comes to the meetings, as I have for the last about 4 years or so. And I'll have a lot of questions that will get asked to me by pollers, I guess, of why why we're not there at the fair. And it just, I get there's other entertainment, other price points of what other entertainment brings, but so without seeing that from the last minutes, Southwest Polars moved on to partner with Mazomanie that weekend to have a 2-night tractor pull there with them to help their town. They actually canceled their farm night of the pull. They were not going to have a pull this year because the last few years we've took, as they stated, that we took a lot from their event as our event has grown here at the fair. So they decided to only have 1 night of pulling and cancel their farm night. But I worked with them we're going to revitalize their farm night and try to grow their event there that same weekend as the Richland County Fair. Not to say I hope we're not back at the fair in years to come, which I'm sure we will be back. I know there's a lot of drama, and there's in this county in particular, this is one of the hardest promoters and counties that we have to work with to put a poll on because of the politics of the community members that help and are involved that have burnt bridges over the years. We all know that. But I think it's in the future, there's gonna be people that want to have a poll and are gonna come together to make it work and make it happen. So we'll be here for future years and just wanted to put in the public comment that we were disappointed that we're not gonna be there. And I'm sure many people in the community will be disappointed also because it's a farming community and a rural area that enjoys rural events, and hopefully there's enough population base to support the other events that are planned to have. So that's all I have.
Thank you for your comment. I think we referred to last time, it was also during public comment. And if it's not on the official agenda, we can't
Mhm.
vote on it. We
Yeah,
have a
which
discussion.
that was a different person.
That
was-
A different person.
That wasn't yours. Okay, okay. I just want to clarify. I guess,
Yeah,
because
there's
people might,
can be no action or no discussion.
Right.
I get that, so
Right.
it's just a one-way in the public comments.
yeah, but thank you very
Yep,
much
no
for
problem.
comments.
Yep.
Is there anybody online? That doesn't look like there's anyone online, right? So anyone else have anything during the public comment part? Okay, so I guess we're on to the financial reports.
Not much has changed. We are paying our bills. Yay. That's the excitement for financial reports. Oh, the Compeer Financial had a grant that they offered to fairs that you're eligible for every other year. Last year we didn't apply. So this year I did apply. I finished that today, but we won't know for the next 4 to 6 weeks.
And where is that, John?
Compeer Financial.
Oh, okay.
You can get up to $4,000. So
And when would you get notified if we,
that's all mid-April, beginning of May at the latest.
is there any questions on any of the reports submitted? I'm assuming this is from the new system now is why it looks
Yeah.
different.
Oh yeah, I noticed that. It's like all in one report.
So much easier to read, I think.
Yes, the new system is proven to be very user-friendly as far as what you can actually read on these things.
Your
Say-
expenses correct me at the same time. Not two separate reports.
Any questions on it, on them at all? Okay. Let's move on to entertainment.
So we did get our contract signed. Oh, that's fun. We will have the Lumberjack Show, the High Mileage Concert, and the Demo Journey. So now I'm working on side stage entertainment and all of that. Like I said, one of the dance clubs that I got in contact with said that they could come perform. I'm still looking for other side entertainment. I'm gonna start contacting, the school bands, see if they want to do like a performance or two and try to get it, more active and involved. Also thought about going to like robotics clubs. I feel like I told you guys this, but if you guys have any other ideas, I'm still looking for other ideas. So
So you had a dance organization, you said that's accepted and is gonna be there. Which one is that?
okay, I have to look
Is
back
there's-
at my email.
Is there two in town? There's two in town?
Yeah, I have to go look back at my email. One of them I couldn't find an email for, so I don't know how to get. I'd have to call them, so I haven't done that yet. Because I did mostly email stuff first.
So which one did confirm or which one did you?
I can see if I can find it in my email.
So there's Dance Elite.
I think it's Dancy Lee's that
Yeah.
they were willing to do.
There you
Okay,
go.
okay. Yeah, and so you need to just talk with the other one. Are you
Yep.
interested in trying to get both? Get one on one, day,
Whatever,
one on
yeah.
another? Or? So, other than just trying to get some of the side events, it's, what about the balloon guy?
Oh yeah, he's coming back. That's
You
the
got
other
the
thing.
contract?
Yep, and then I do have a face painter coming. That's what I've worked on for entertainment purposes, and then of course the carnival contract is signed, so
Okay.
yeah. Exciting.
Anybody have any other discussion on that or any questions or? Okay, so next on the agenda is vendors.
Okay, so that's gonna be my next topic is for the next month, I'm working on vendors. Last year, our vendor building was not very full because a lot of people pulled out because they claimed that there was not enough foot traffic. And it wasn't worth it for them to pay the price to come in and stay there for 4 days and all that. So I've started talking to some groups. We have a few that want to come back, like the window place, the water place. And then also, I do have one that's kind of exciting that did tell me verbally that they want to come, and that's Cabela's.
Oh,
So I feel like that would be a good one for a lot of the people around here. I also want to try to get a winery to come in. Mary Kay, you know, get something for everybody kind of deal. However, that's also something businesses around here, if you guys know any businesses, please let me know because they are very hard to find that will want to come in and pay.
How much is it for a booth?
For an indoor booth, if they are there, it's only like $170. If they aren't there, they have to pay more. Like if it's just a display area, because we want more people to come in and socialize. Rather than just go look at pictures.
And that's for just that one building?
Yes, if they're an outdoor vendor, that's mostly like food vendors and such, for the most part, give or take, that's a higher price.
So like there's people like next to the, like that blanket guy and stuff, that's,
He will not be coming back this year.
I was,
That was because he actually was not supposed to be there, he kind of just showed up the day of, and actually asked the carnival to move, which is a big no-no. So that area is technically not supposed to have a vendor there.
right, so everybody needs to be
Yes,
prepaid and
Yes.
contract and prior.
Don't they have to have proof of insurance and all that, certificate of insurance as well?
which that's another big issue with the vendors. A lot of people don't want to pay the extra for the insurance on top of the fees. So
What can we do to increase the foot traffic to that building?
well, the only thing that I can think of is possibly moving like the balloon artist over there or something. Just so that like, cause then more kids are gonna be like, oh, the balloon artist is over here, and then they'll wanna file through to get over there.
We talked about that last month, yeah.
But I know we had a few like hesitations with that. Being that they wouldn't know that the balloon artist isn't there, but I'm also working on getting signage, so.
One other thing I have a question, are they gonna put some of the kiddie rides back over by the E.B. Miller building or not?
They put one back in that side area last year,
Yeah.
but not directly behind it.
Because sometimes that
That would help.
helps to draw them over, especially if the
From
big
what I
guys there,
knew,
got
because
kiddie
they-
rides there, then the parents will gravitate towards that.
From what I knew, it's because they had problems with that area getting flooded with minimal rain in the past. So they didn't want it to mess with the rides if that happens again. And that's why usually not a whole lot goes there, is because it holds water a lot more than a lot of other places.
And that's the corner that's not the floodplain.
Yeah, exactly.
So, yeah. Okay. Maybe put a little signage, I mean, if you can get signs put up, like, okay, you know, this way to whatever, in the building.
Just
maybe
say,
that would help.
even just vendors and an
Yeah.
arrow, like when you come in the front gate,
Mhm.
or even, the side gate, and just have an arrow forward, I mean, and you could have another sign, but just so people realize there are vendors in one of the buildings, so they can at least be asking.
Well, because if we did put the balloon artist in there per se,
Mhm.
and then maybe the face painter on the opposite side, just to get people to file through there more, make more children's activities, we'd lose two of the vendor spaces, but realistically, we'd probably hopefully get more vendors who would want to come in just because of the increase of foot traffic.
Right,
So,
and we used to have where there was tents too, like a tent behind it, that was full, and even next to it, next to that building.
given we do have like side entertainment or something, like in the Connections building, then we don't have to worry about the balloon artist going during like the entertainment or something going on in there, which,
You have the face painter coming? She's gonna come too. So that would be another thing you could put over there. But you gotta find a way to make them walk through the grounds. You gotta
Yeah.
spread it out, I mean, because when you put everything into one building, that's where everybody gravitates, and then they don't.
well, that's where
look
I'm
at everything
still
else.
trying to get more entertainment in that Connection building so that people still want to go over there. Which another thing is they, and this is just an idea, because it does cost money, which sucks, but it's, getting like some of those local bands for like $200 a band for 2 hours. And getting them to play 2 hours throughout the day, do like half an hour break between.
You're talking about, yeah, an extension building.
Yeah.
In the Project Connection building,
Yeah. And then we have more things going on over there, people could go dance over there, things like that,
Mhm.
so.
What do you, have you had anybody, I know you're working on vendors, what about down around where the beef producers and behind that area? What, is there anybody showing an interest in that, like?
Well,
Anybody likes?
the thing is with that area, that's where we usually put the cars and like, like Chevy will pull in there.
The what?
the Chevy cars, the fancy cars, that's their display area.
Chevrolet and Bill back.
Are they coming out with, are they gonna come out with
They
cars?
did last year.
Did last
Did
year.
they?
Yeah, I got to drive a really pretty one.
There's only 2 vehicles.
It was the Buick.
Oh,
It's my
okay.
dream car.
So then we always used to put farm equipment down there. before.
Well, they, on the other side, they still have the farm equipment over there.
I would
So
rec-
that area's full. We like barely could.
I'd recommend talking to Johnson Tractor, which used to be St. Joe's, but was recently bought out by Johnson. They may want to make a presence known in this area that they've been bought out. That's Case IH, so that's good farm equipment that come down. Maybe talk to Simpson, see if they want to do anything. Display farm equipment. It's the same.
I mean, they're down there, it's.
Same facility, different owners.
Yeah.
So they might be
That's
more
what I
apt
thought.
to do something like that.
And I know it's hard to get, what's the other one, homestead?
Homesteaders.
Yeah, homesteaders, they don't.
It's not difficult to get them there. They just don't want to pay to be.
Which I will say, last year when I had that conversation with their marketing person, he did say that going forward in years future, he knows that they're having to pay and he was fully okay with that. So given I recontacted him, it's, they will be paying or they will not be coming. Cause I don't want it to be unfair to all our vendors, so.
Everybody pays, period.
Exactly.
Right.
But also given we do like move some of like the balloon artists and such, and then I can get that side entertainment in there, then hopefully with that increased foot traffic, I can get like paparazzi back, the color street back and get them going because their big thing is that they can afford and they can make money off of it, but with the increased foot traffic, it would hopefully help.
Mhm. And I hate to say this, when we were, when we were younger, and they had vendors in there, vendors always gave away little trinkets and people, I mean, how many yardsticks do we all have? I mean, that's what
Brought people in.
go for, you know, that's what's so funny, I mean, but now,
To sign up for the drawings and
Yeah,
get some of those
yeah.
things.
yeah, so they really don't have that anymore. And I know it's expensive to buy all that stuff too, so.
So as far as the price that we're charging for those booths, is that similar to what other fairs are charging?
Mhm.
Yes.
So I just wondered if maybe we were too much, which is why it's
Nope,
decreased.
a lot of other fairs do the exact same pricing. And then if you look at like any other like craft or vendor market, realistically, what they charge is like $50 for a 4-hour time span for one day. We're doing
For 2 days.
we're doing a whole 4 days.
Oh, 4 days, yeah.
So when you do the math, we're actually getting it cheaper for the whole price.
The other big part to remember is there's not businesses
Mhm.
in this area that would provide something that a booth would be warranted for them to display.
Mhm.
All right. Anything else on the vendors? Okay, I guess we'll move on to sponsors.
I've been working on sponsors really hard. That's how I spent the last like month is going out and saying hi to everybody because that's my favorite thing to do. I like to talk. And we have started receiving some of our sponsors already. And I've actually had a few new businesses reach out and ask for information on it because they want to start sponsoring as well. So we're already hopefully seeing an increase with who's sponsoring. But also clearly all of you guys go places that I don't think to go because I don't know everywhere in the county as much as I wish I do. So if you guys go somewhere, I do have a link on our website and on our Facebook. So please ask people to sponsor. That's how we get all this stuff and that's how we increase the fair.
So we've had sponsors in the past. It's just you're trying to increase how
Oh,
many.
yes,
sponsors we get.
well, my goal is to always increase the sponsors because that's where we're gonna get some of our income. Cause like our entertainment right now is what we're contracted, we're over budget technically, but based off of the sponsors we've had in the past, it's expected that we'll be,
Make up the
Yeah.
difference.
so that's why I'm not really stressed out about it. But I'd rather increase that more so that we can get those like side entertainment bands, to be able to afford that stuff.
So what do people, is there different levels of or of
Yep.
sponsorship?
Yep.
You want
So the
to-
lowest one is $30 to $100, I wanna say, and then like $100 to $250 to $500, and then $500 to $1,000, and $1,000 and up. And they all have different levels with what comes with it. So like, you
What
can
do
get a booth.
what do they get out of it?
Well, like Chevy, they usually sponsor us about $500. With that puts them in one of the higher up sponsor brackets, so that's why they get their cars brought in. Just because they're sponsoring so much that they can get that. They also get banners to be displayed. They get radio advertisement, social media advertisement, heck, even just the $30 ones, which if any of you guys want to sponsor $30 as a family, you guys can. But you would still get like Facebook advertising, you would go on the radio, all that stuff. It's all online.
Then don't you let them bring up banners in and hang them too, if they want?
They can.
Those.
So they provide their own banner or sign.
Yep.
Because I know there's some like up on the bleachers. Are
Yeah,
those-
Yeah.
either they'll provide their own banners or we have a lot of existing and then we'll just go hang them up for them.
Yeah, I keep a collection of banners in my office actually from, a lot of people will drop them off and just won't pick them back up, so. But yeah, so please go ask, because I don't know everybody. And there's
How many-
only one of me.
How many do you think you have right now?
So far I've gotten, I think 4 or 5 sponsor letters. There are a few that I did apply for online, like, Foremost Farms, they have a new application process online, so I did that. Organic Valley, Quick Trip, those ones are online. I won't know about those till like May or June. But like the in-person ones, like, I've walked every business downtown here. Everybody in this town should know me. And I have gone into all of them and asked for sponsors. A majority of them, like some of them who sponsored $100 last year are sponsoring $250 this year, so they're even increasing. I'm trying to get a lot more support and I'm trying to get the community a lot more involved. So. But even like Culver's, they sponsored the Scooby token, so even things like that that we can hand out helps. So.
Are they doing the tokens again?
Yep.
Yeah, because we handed those out at the gate, right?
At the gate,
Yeah.
one day, yeah.
The kids, yeah.
And I think you should keep handing, I mean, you're talking about putting them in that building, I don't think that's, I mean. I
No, I was
think
just like,
kids-
I was gonna say, part of that was to increase foot traffic, but realistically, if we were to move like the balloon otters or something in there, then we wouldn't have to worry about that as much. Because then we'd already have that motivation that when they came in, we can hand it. But my hesitation is that if we don't have the gate prices, then who's gonna be at the gates to hand those out?
Oh, you could easily find people handles things, I mean, if you're not looking at how many people you need for gates, you can easily find people that stand and hand them. And I know that you gained foot traffic over there the year we gave away Cheetos because Chester, or whoever the Cheeto guy was, whoever he is, was over, yeah, over at that open stand over there, was it? It's usually empty. That opens the old day. And then brought the kids over there, it's by that, like your shed, they have your vendors, and then it was that open. Like where they had the baked potatoes.
Oh, where the 4-H food stand was?
Yeah.
Did we give those out? Yeah,
Yeah.
he was over there, that's right.
And see, that brought people over there too,
Mhm.
and I know they want, someone went in that sheds. If you have something else that you could give away to the kids,
Mhm.
They love giveaways.
because one time we had the ice cream dilly bars over there.
Yeah.
It brought people to
Yeah.
them.
You know, I'll say it, we could easily hand out so much more stuff if we got more sponsors. Just like-
Well, and even like she was talking dilly bars and that was, the Dairy Queen isn't open anymore. So I would have been through there, but.
Right, but I mean, the one year we did Cheetos, and I mean, you can get those tiny bags of Cheetos pretty reasonable. You know, and if you could get somebody that's a character or something, over there by that area, that's where they gotta go.
What about, Shriver's?
Yeah, but reach out to them.
Okay. Because I know they have like those go-go tubes or whatever it is they
Usually
have.
they sponsor about $1,000, so usually, I'm not gonna hold them to that, but years past, that's what they've done.
I'm just trying to think of the different
Yeah.
things in the
I
area.
will also
Even if
say
you
that's-
get a cheap one afternoon, yeah.
That's another thing, for like sponsorships at that level, like the hospital here in town, they also do that. They get a booth with that, but usually those buildings don't want the booth. So they're like, nope, we just wanna give this to you, but don't give us a booth, which is another reason why we don't have as many vendors.
But even popsicles are cheap if you froze them up. And had
I will
just a
say
freezer.
one of the banks, the bank on the corner by the stoplight. Where that is, last year, the last 2 or 3 years, they told me that they've been handing those out. And last year they did ask me, they're like, all right, is it okay if we hand these out? Like, if you guys want to, go right ahead. So they have been doing the popsicles the last few years as well.
But that would bring your
Mhm.
footwork over there too.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's just getting that information to people so they know what's over there.
Mhm.
That's the key.
Yeah. And they don't have to be big popsicles. I know when the firemen did it for the parade in Hillsborough, I mean, Dollar General donated quite a few of them that, you know, you just had to freeze them all.
All right, any more discussion on sponsors? Okay, so we're to future agenda items. Any, you said the one that you were gonna have, didn't you just mention earlier there was one you're gonna have on a future agenda item? It was for, wasn't it for one of the entertainment? Sorry, what was it?
The circus.
The circus, that was.
The circus, we'll talk about that at the next meeting.
Okay, so that would be an item. Any other items that?
Fair book,
Oh, the fair book.
the fair book and the changes that'll be coming up. And, you know, we just get it approved. I mean, we get ideas from like the superintendents and that, and then add them to the fair book.
Okay,
If we have
just
to add
have
it
the approval
to the fair book, we need everybody to approve it.
right. And so have they submitted changes?
Yes, they have to be.
Potential changes, and then, so next month is where we would see those changes.
Yeah, you can see those
potentially-
changes and then, we'll just say, yeah, you approve them.
Okay,
Sandy's been doing really good with that.
all right, so have the fair book changes on there. Anything else? Obviously, the financial reports, I'm assuming that's just gonna be on there every
Yeah.
month, right?
Yes, always.
That's kind of what we talked about.
And that's all.
Any other thing that you know of?
Probably give an update on grounds, maintenance and security.
Okay, I can do that.
I guess.
Good deal.
All right, so we got a few things on there. Anything else? All right, looking for a motion to adjourn the meeting, I guess.
I'll make that.
Motion by McKee,
Also gonna.
second by Campbell. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Anyone opposed? All right, thank you, everyone.
Whatever.
No one's ever.